Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages and sizes, I am back and we are here with the 817 patch details for Marvel Future Fight, the August mid-month update, if you will. And this thing is actually a bit smaller than I was expecting, to be frank with you, right? We're only getting 3 new uniforms alongside the tier 3 advancement for War Machine, right? We're getting 2 new uniforms for Loki, 1 for War Machine, which was already kind of released. However, now you're going to be able to purchase it, and then War Machine will be unlocking his tier 3. This is smaller than I was expecting, just because of the fact that I thought for some reason that we were gonna get Sylvie as a new character or as a uniform for Loki, because in case you didn't watch the Loki TV series, this is a different version of Loki. This is female Loki and she goes by the name of Sylvie. So I'm just kind of confused as to why she was such a big part of the show, but she's not getting added to the game either as a uniform for Loki or as her own standalone character, because I do think, even though she's a new character to the MCU and not really a comic book staple, to be fair though, female Loki has existed in the comics for a while, so like I'm not too sure why they're not adding Sylvie to the game. I feel like they could have made money off of this as a uniform or as a new character. I'm not too sure if these devs even watched the show or if they just went on Google and just typed in Loki TV series. They seen President Loki and then they're like, all right, so we have a TVA Loki and a President Loki. Those are the uniforms we're adding. Who is this random chick? That's it. We're not adding anything else. So kind of disappointed on that front, to be honest with you. And I feel like anybody who watched the show is gonna be disappointed as well. Like, really? You're not gonna add Sylvie as a playable character or as a uniform? Like, come on. Character had a big part to play in the show. Anyways, moving on. Let's talk about what else we're getting. So first and foremost, the patch will be applied in waves. So there's not gonna be a maintenance time. It's what we're pretty much used to for the majority of the mid-month patches, especially ones that are small like this. It's just 3 uniforms and a tier 3 being unlocked for a character that's already in the game, so not too big a deal right there. So Loki's variant and War Machine gain power through future technologies and are ready for battle. Check out the abilities for Loki TVA suit and then the Loki President Loki suit, along with War Machine 3099. So these uniforms will be on sale for 40% off, and Loki's uniforms will be on sale and they will have a synergy sale as well. So that's good, pretty good. That's pretty good. So let's talk about War Machine. War Machine is actually getting a significant buff. It seems as though everything that was already shown in game is being kept, and that is actually really good. I'm excited to try this man out with the tier 3. It's gonna honestly make or break him. We'll see. Hopefully the tier 3 hits really hard. However, I feel as though they did something sneaky here, something really good to make sure that he's gonna be good, so we'll see. Anyway, so the passive is staying the same. I love it. The 40-40-30, that's beautiful. We have the ignore dodge, skill damage, bonus damage, and the damage reduction, so that's actually really good to help up his survivability there. That 30% HP is actually really good. Everything about the passives are just really good. The uniform bonus itself is pretty good as well. 30% guaranteed crit rate plus the 50% crit damage increase. First 2 skills, nothing to write home about, just damage and a stun. Third skill right here is damage accumulation and immunity. Keep in mind, this is not as strong as Dr. Doom's. Dr. Doom's and Sharon Rogers, even Luke Cage, they go up to 15%. And it's 1% of each damage taken, so this is like 4% weaker than Doom, Sharon Rogers, and Luke Cage, but it's fine. We'll see if 4% is the make or break point for this guy. I honestly think it's not going to be, because of the fact that he getting like a pretty nice attack buff right here, and he has a self-buffing leadership with what, 30% physical attack, plus you can run him with Hulkbuster to give him 35%, so a little bit more. And Hulkbuster is going to give him more HP on top of his own passive. It's just, I feel like overall that 4% that he's missing off the accumulation is not going to stop him, especially considering what they did for his tier 3 skill. Moving on, his fourth skill is a VPAD skill, which actually is pretty good. We've seen it in game. It's pretty badass. He also has a heal now. However, this is every 10 seconds because it's a 20-second cooldown, so very long cooldown on this skill. Not the longest. Doom has a skill for 25 seconds, so it is what it is. If the animations are pretty lengthy, you might not even notice the cooldown time, so we'll just have to wait and see. All right, moving on, we have the TVA suit for Loki, and they're actually buffing his uniform effect from just 10% chain hit to now including ignore dodge, which is actually pretty good. It's gonna help him for dispatch and also for world boss legend against null specifically. I think where most people are gonna find that this Loki uniform is better than the one he had previously is going to be in dispatch. I use my Loki in dispatch literally every single day, and honestly I don't think this uniform is gonna make him, I guess, top meta for world boss legend. That's just my honest opinion based on what I've seen that they've done here. So they've given him ignore dodge and they've given him guaranteed crit rate on his 4-star passive. Before it was just 30% energy attack, so the crit rate here is actually pretty nice. They've actually made him a little bit weaker for ABX, if you ask me. Well, not necessarily, they've limited his options. So here's the thing, the first skill is being changed, that's fine. The second skill, however, is being changed, and they're removing the burn damage that was on this thing, which means for ABX you can't use this on burn season anymore to cancel the frost beast, right? However, his 5th skill still retains burn damage, so you can still use that to cancel the frost beast. However, this is on a 9-second cooldown versus this skill, which was on a 5.5-second cooldown. So kind of a bummer that they removed the burn damage from there, but it is what it is. It's not like burn season is going to be completely useless. He still has burn in his kit somewhere. They're still keeping the 50% attack buff here. They're adding a heal in Loki's kit, which is actually pretty good because his survivability was really bad for World Boss Legend, especially against Mephisto, because Mephisto just penetrates everything and just does so much damage. Loki will die really quickly with his previous uniform. However, as you can see right here, they didn't really give him anything that stands out, anything that we would consider top meta for World Boss Legend and pushing high levels. No damage accumulation, no damage dealt to supervillain, nothing like that. However, that's not a reason to write him off just yet. Maybe the skills themselves hit really hard, kind of like Silk. You know how Silk doesn't have damage accumulation or anything like that, but she still just hits really hard for World Boss Legend. We'll see what happens for Loki. Okay, don't write him off just yet. He might have really good damage even without the accumulation and whatnot, so we'll have to wait and see. Now, the President Loki uniform is a little bit different. One thing I do want to point out is I'm not too sure if these devs even watch the show, but TVA Loki is actually kind of a hero. Like, how is TVA Loki still a villain? Comment down below and let me know if you guys think I'm tripping. Why is TVA Loki listed as a supervillain? Like, technically, if you watch the show from start to finish, it's Loki making a change for the better. He's becoming a good guy, and by the end, he's like literally struggling with himself to try and do bad things, and ultimately he just does the right thing, which is crazy. Like, even at the end of the show, he's literally trying to do the right thing even when nobody else realizes it. So I'm just kind of confused why TVA Loki is a supervillain. I understand why President Loki is a bad guy, but come on, TVA Loki? Anyways, no idea what's going on there. Uniform bonus still the same, and then here's where it gets a little bit different. So it looks like they want to make President Loki a PvP character or something like that, because they actually changed up his 4-star passive here, including, as you can see, damage reduction, which is 50%, and also he recovers 15% of his max HP for 8 seconds, which is actually pretty good. I'm pretty sure this is a full heal. It's a 12-second cooldown. However, this only activates when he uses a mind control skill, and this uniform actually has 2 abilities that mind controls, so that's actually pretty good. Loki should have always had at least 1 skill that mind control people, but now he has 2, which is actually pretty good. So for like World Boss Ultimate, whenever you mind control people, or for like timeline battle and whatnot, but keep in mind everybody's running debuff removal these days, so this is not gonna last very long, and it's only for 3 seconds, so it is what it is. But when you mind control people, you're gonna take 10% more damage. As you can see, damage received increased by 10%, And this version of Loki also has a heal, which is actually pretty good, has incapacitation, has immunity, and then as you can see, mind control and silence here, which is pretty good. So it means Loki, you can just swap uniforms with him and he's going to be able to cover the silent season for ABX and also the burn season. So hey, that's actually pretty good. And as you can see down here, he still has burn on here if you wanted to pick up this uniform. I think from the two, this might be the better one, because this one has, as you can see, mind control on multiple different skills, and then this one right here, 55% all attack, pretty good. And then down here he also has the burn, and I do believe all three uniforms have that 50% damage proc for 2 hits. Yep, for 2 attacks, so that's actually pretty good. Like I said, don't write off Loki completely yet just because he does not have damage accumulation. Now moving on, as you can see, we have War Machine's tier 3 skill, and this thing actually looks badass as hell. So if you like explosions, and more explosions, this is gonna be right up your alley. It looks like he has a ton of hits and hopefully a ton of damage, because the text is actually pretty short. However, it says end of war, meaning he's ending it in this single strike, if you will. He's just gonna destroy everything and it's just game over. As you can see, 80% chance to penetrate everything for 10 seconds. Not too sure if this has iframe ignore, but if it does, it means you cannot hide anywhere. You're just gonna get blown up. As you can see, he has that Dr. Doom Sharon Rogers effect on his tier 3, so he can accumulate all the way up to 100% way faster, which is beautiful. They didn't give him the typical damage proc that we've come to see on pretty much all tier 3/awaken skills, so maybe this skill just hits really hard, and because you can accumulate true damage up to 100% right away, or charge it up faster, whichever way you want to interpret it, right? Maybe that's all he needs. However, as you can see right here, the crafting material will no longer be available from dispatch after the update has been applied. I'm not too sure why they're doing this, but this actually sucks. If it is what I think it is, if they're actually removing the ice creams from just playing dispatch missions, this actually sucks, because it means now you're gonna have to come in here, and what you're gonna have to do if you want to get the ice cream is actually convert your CCF into ice cream instead of being able to farm it for energy. And that really grinds my gears, because that's basically telling me that they're just really trying to squeeze players for as much CCF as possible to get them to ground zero where they have literally nothing, and then they just keep buying CCF to try and, I guess, go for the brilliant. So if you didn't get the brilliant already and you were converting CCF, or maybe you stop converting CCF into ice cream and just farming for energy, man, here it goes, right? Here it goes. They're actually just gonna remove the ability to farm the ice creams and just basically make this event worse, which sucks. It actually sucks. So typical Netmarble stuff, right? Can't have anything good, guys. We really can't. It is what it is, man. Maybe I'm reading this incorrectly. So they're adding the machine ability to Destroyer, Nebula, and Cable. I've always wondered why Cable didn't have the machine tag, but it is what it is. That's actually pretty good, because it means you can use War Machine to buff Cable. That's actually pretty dope. Okay, moving on. Rescue's third skill was not applying the debuff effect, so that's being fixed. That's cool. There was an issue with Dr. Doom's new uniform where the third skill was shown as energy damage but applying physical damage in battle. I actually did notice that with Colossus in timeline battle, so that issue is being fixed. Hulkbuster 3099 Awaken skill was not being used as often in timeline battle. That's actually pretty good. It means he's gonna be better now, so I'm actually gonna try him out this week. Moving on, we do have some other things coming in, right? First and foremost, by the way, this page right here, this poster actually looks pretty good. So we have the uniform discount, we have the character growth event, right? Surprise gift, and we also have a Uru combination event, which gives you a 30% discount on the gold cost. It would have been nice to see like maybe 30% increase on the success rate as well. Maybe that's what the next event is. Actually, no, it's a 50% discount on removing Urus. Unfortunate, but honestly, this is pretty good because it can be pretty expensive to upgrade Urus, especially if you're trying to build like 6-star Urus and whatnot. 30% off is actually pretty good. Not sure why they did 30 and not 50, right? And they're still trying to bleed us for gold. Anyways, However, we do have, as you can see, Odin's Blessing chance increase when you're combining Oros. So having the gold decrease and this at the exact same time is pretty good. Lastly, we have the ranking event for War Machine. No ranking event for Loki. Maybe that's going to be next week. We'll see. Anyways, moving on, we do have a hero package here, which I think is pretty scummy because we have War Machine, tier 2, 6 stars, right, for 1500 crystals. And then we have Loki, tier 2, 6 stars, same amount of gold, same everything, but 1000 crystals more. Huh? Both of these characters are free to play characters that you can get from Shadowlands selectors. So what makes Loki so much more expensive than War Machine? Neither one of these are worth buying for crystals, by the way, but somewhere out there are going to be players who actually spend crystals on this, believe it or not. But I think this is just disgusting, man. Come on, what are you guys doing? Moving on, we do have this Loki's Trickery chest. Honestly, I might not buy this month just because of the fact that there's a 24% chance of being shafted, right? You get War Machine or Loki bios. That's kind of trash, man, just saying. But we do have the cards in here, and to be honest, buying the chest and getting the crystals and whatnot, you're basically getting the chest for free, right? You're basically getting the chest for free, especially $9, right? You're getting, as you can see, 1,100 crystals, so it's pretty much like more than 100 crystals per dollar. So you're getting these 6 chests for free, or chesses, right, for free. But still, 24% chance of being shafted. I would have preferred if War Machine's bios weren't in here. It's Loki's chest. Sure, Loki could be in it, but why War Machine? Come on. Why do I need more War Machine bios? I have like 1,800 bios for this, man. It is what it is, though. Anyways, ladies and gents, we are going to wrap it up right here. Leave me your thoughts on the patch overall. Are you upset that we're not getting Sylvie? Because I feel like this is a missed opportunity by the Future Fight team overall.